Are you ready for your first guest for the evening? We are so lucky to have her. It's super awesome. We're lucky to have her in Portland, let alone on this show entirely. Please welcome winner of season 11 of Project Runway, Michelle Lesniak! Sitting on the mic, super classy. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is so awesome because I've seen you so much on television, and now you're on my fake TV show.
Yay!
Pretty good. So let's talk. I want to get, for people who haven't seen Runway or haven't followed your career, give me a little bit of the origin story, because I know you mentioned in the show that you were only a couple years out of being full-time designer when you went on the show.
Yes.
So it was a huge jump in a couple of years. So tell me what that was like.
You turn 30 and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
Welcome to Portland, yeah. Everyone turns 18 and they're like, what am I doing with my life? I quit.
I went to art school. I have a background in fine art, and when you leave art school, you become a waitress. And so I did that and found my love of wine, and ended up going to UC Davis to do red wine fermentation science, and got in the wine business.
You have a fermentation science degree?
Boom. No,
that's actually practical, and you're not using it.
It's like a 2-week course.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You can still frame it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then woke up at 30 and was like, why am I not doing anything creative? And I quit the wine business and got into alterations, where I mended people's crutches for a good 2 years. And
is that the main mending? People always busted out of the crotches?
Yeah, because their thighs rub together right
there. Yeah.
And it creates holes.
Yeah.
And I think I was in maybe the 100th crotch of sewing when I realized, nose down to it, how disgusting that was. And was like, I'm never doing this again, and started making clothes.
And all crotchless, all your clothes from now on.
Totally.
Never near that part.
Skirts and dresses. Yeah.
And then you got the call to do Runway not that long after that.
No.
And how big of a surprise was that?
A huge surprise.
Yeah.
And starting out later in life, it is a great kind of commercial for my aesthetic and what I was doing. So well worth it, because I was 34 at the time and I wasn't right out of design school. So yeah, it worked for me.
It's so shocking to hear that it was so short, because the one thing that everybody who saw you agreed was that your aesthetic was as strong as you've been doing it your whole life. It seemed you had such a clear point of view. It's surprising how did that come up so quickly? Or did you always have that while you were fermenting science?
Yeah, I did wear really weird things in the winery, but I've always made my own clothes from high school all the way on up. It was just a part of my life. I just didn't do it for money.
I just want to ask real quick. How's Brie doing?
She looks good.
I try real hard.
And it's see-through in all the right places.
I usually just wear a stupid cardigan. I just, it's like a hard, because I'm a comedian and I just have to look like it can't be too much, because they have to listen to me and not look at me as much.
Yeah. As I'm looking at you.
Thanks.
Yes, that's really cool. I assumed she would say, it would be really weird if she'd been like, ugh.
Boo. Yeah. Actually, could you go?
So surprising. So you win that. Mm-hmm. Whirlwind, what happens when you come back from that? You come back to Portland.
You get a divorce.
That was the prize? It's like,
I think it was!
You get a Saturn, and then you get $200 from brother to start your divorce.
I got a Lexus.
You got a Lexus? You did. It was later season. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I sold it back because that would ruin my street cred. I prefer a Fiat.
Yeah. Driven by passion.
Yeah. No, it changes your life completely.
Yeah.
In some good ways and bad ways.
So give me some of the good ways. Let's keep this light.
Good ways. I have my own business. I work full time. I'm hopping on a flight in a couple hours to go do Fashion Week down in Austin.
Well, so actually that brings us to perfect. I was going to ask. So you're staying in Portland. You're still doing this from here. You didn't get the bug and move to New York right away.
No.
So does that mean you're on tour to other Fashion Weeks all the time?
Yeah, this current collection is going to 7 different cities. Vancouver, BC, Palm Springs, a lot in Texas, which is kind of crazy. And then Portland, of course. So I travel a bunch, and apparently I'm jumping back into the marriage boat. My fiance's here.
Is that from All Stars?
No. But yeah, we get to travel a ton. So I'm always on a plane, and I have deathly afraid of flying.
Oh no.
But wow, those anti-anxiety drugs are amazing.
So you're going to Austin Fashion Week. You're showing your new collection. So let's talk about that. You want to talk about your new collection?
Yeah.
We actually have some photos from your new collection.
Yeah.
Do you want to show, or do you want to talk about? Well, tell us the inspiration first. What's the new collection about?
When I design clothing, I design internally. I kind of take from my fine art career and come up with how I'm feeling, and I call it emotive fashion. And this collection is based on hot air balloons. It's called Falling Upwards, because at this point in my life, I feel a little out of control, like I'm falling, but maybe falling up in a good way. Not falling down the stairs, falling up the stairs. And so I did this really whimsical, fun line.
Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon inspired line, yeah.
And it's a summer line?
It is. It was some swimsuits and just think hot air balloons.
Let's take a look. Can you show us something from the collection? Yeah. So talk about this piece.
This was done in Palm Springs, which was super weird because that town doesn't really have a soul. Nobody's from there.
From Palm Springs?
No, it's too weird.
Is anybody from Palm Springs? It checks out so far.
Yeah, nobody's ever from there. And when you're like crossing the street, if the women are walking in front of you, you just see scars behind their ears. It's such a weird place. It's such a weird place. But this model was beautiful.
It's from a brain implant. It's like they just have to look
Is that
for
what
your
that is?
even the whole.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an augmentation of the brain.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. So this is your
so-
soulless city. You brought this light whimsical dress.
Yeah. This will be shoved in a suitcase tomorrow and down to Texas.
Let's see. So I think there's a swimsuit too. Let's see.
Okay, look at that. Woo! So that's a custom print I did of foxes and hot air balloons, and the fox is actually pulling the air balloon up.
I feel like you're repping Portland really hard if you put a fox on a face.
Oh yeah.
Well, so it's because of the falling is why you got into hot air balloons. It's not like you wanted to hang out with the kind of people who go hot air ballooning.
My dad used to race them.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know. I think it's kind of slow.
It's very slow.
I think it's kind of boring to watch.
Yeah.
He had a black and white striped hot air balloon. It was called Salt and Pepper, and this is back in the 60s. So way before Salt and Pepper was around, but it's pretty hip, Dad.
And so when you make, like, you're making swimwear, you're making dresses, you're making the whole gamut. Forgive me for not knowing more about that, but like you don't have to specialize. You don't have to be just like, I only make swimsuits now. You can make all kinds of.
Yeah.
That's part of you being here and being on your own.
Oh yeah.
So you're keeping your own. That's part of being here. Also, is you're not like working for the Gap. You're staying very independent.
Why would you live anywhere else? Portland, Oregon is absolutely amazing.
Well, the sun is nice, but not necessary, strictly speaking. Are you also? Oh, you know what? I remember from All Stars, you also got hired to design for Lassie. Are you still doing that?
I am. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that really quick? How's that going?
Lassie is actually a dude. I don't know if you know that.
Lassie's probably like 40 dudes. They live like 3 years.
It's really weird.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Not a lady.
No.
Lassie is a dude, and it stays within the family. And I guess there's two like Lassie families that are rivaling each other. And it was like a sibling, like a brother and a sister, and they split off and they like fight. It's like this family feud. Yeah, the backstory of Lassie is really dark.
Game of Lassies.
Yeah?
It's really dark.
Game of Collars? I can't do it. So you got involved. So you won this challenge that allowed you to. That the prize was, or the punishment was, that you have to design for Lassie for a collection.
No, I just made T-shirts for people that had Lassie on them.
Weird.
Right?
So are there a lot of those little things like from the show that are still like peppering your life, salting and peppering
What
your
am I
life?
doing right now? Where am I? Yeah.
Yeah,
these
yeah.
things come up all the time.
Yeah. And so if somebody wanted, here's another question I have about you. So you don't have a shop. You have a gallery that people can come to, right?
Yeah, my studio shop is just for looking and seeing. It's where people come to wholesale. So wholesale buyers will come and, yeah.
So if I was like, I would like that swimsuit and say, an XL. I could pull off an L, but maybe an XL. Like that's not, I can't just click that button. You made one of these for her, and then you're selling to wholesalers mostly? You're hoping to find a...
Yeah, they go to wholesalers, so I don't retail. I really don't like people. I'm just kidding.
Just you and dogs in the wholesale market.
Exactly.
And what's the next thing? So you just keep doing a collection every year, and hope
2 a year right now.
2 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next thing that can happen? Like what's the next step for you? Is there an obvious next step? It doesn't seem like there's clearly a linear path.
It's like Michelle Lesniak for Target.
Yeah, that would be a big wholesaler.
I don't know about that.
No?
I don't know about that. I don't really like fast fashion. I don't like this throwaway fashion. I want somebody to buy something and have it in their closet forever, not end up in a landfill, something that you would get mended and patched, maybe not the crotch, but throughout the longevity of it, like that's my goal for fashion.
And
So maybe not Target.
so more of a
Kohl's. Kohl's is such a hard step down for Target. You know where Kohl's is.
I don't even know what that is either. So you also went back and did All Stars.
I did.
And I'm sure everyone who did the show the first time has terrible PTSD from it. How did you take their phone call a second time?
I told them I needed a week to think about it, and one of the greatest things about doing the TV show is meeting the other designers, and they're like a second family to me. We talk almost every other day.
Really?
So All Stars.
But there was
like,
so much drama.
Oh, it's just because you're tired.
Right.
You get maybe 4 hours of sleep a night, so you're just really, really tired. And so I was like, I'll do All Stars, and I'll meet another batch of designers. And we got paid to do it, so that's also yeah. Of course I'm gonna sign up. You're paying us this time.
So if they called you again for
Hell no.
no, you're not.
No.
You've completed that cycle.
Having roommates when you're an adult is really difficult.
Tell me about it.
But I mean, like, here's your twin bed,
Sure,
and here's
yeah.
her twin bed.
That living arrangement is crazy, and 4 hours of sleep. You guys look great for having 4 hours of sleep all the time.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
When you said I need a week to think about it, did they send Tim over to talk to you about how your decision-making process was going?
No, but a lot of producers were calling me.
Were they?
Yeah.
Do you miss, if I was going to guess that you miss one thing, it would be Tim Gunn hanging out with you. Is that?
Yeah, he and I got along really, really well.
He seems like
loves
the
a good
best
man.
person.
Yeah, he's a really sweet man.
When he came and you showed him the Portland, it was so sweet, and I like Tim Gunn. I would love it if everyone we got a little Tim Gunn in our pocket who could just be like, "You're doing great,"
Yeah.
or "Try harder."
Yeah, or, your suit looks terrible. Get it pressed. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say that to you.
Jesus. You were so nice to Brie, I just assumed you would have. My suit needs to be pressed. Well, someone's got to get on a plane anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna So if we want to find out more about your upcoming line, we can look. So you do have available some images of the line on the website, but for not wholesale,
No,
we
this won't
can't
get
buy
into
it.
production for another 6 months.
Okay.
So what I show on the runways and it has 6 months getting into production. I do everything here in Portland, so all my manufacturing is in town. Yeah.
So what's a good way to follow what your work is doing? Like
Go to my
Instagram?
website.
Yeah, MichelleLesniak.com.
Ooh, rolls off the tongue. Rolls off the tongue.
You are on Instagram, Michelle as well.
Mhm.
At Michelle as well on Instagram. So then we would see the intermediary steps.
Yes.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Lesniak!
You look fine.
I probably do need to press it. That's true.
You're busy making signs and stuff for the show. We don't have time. Press your suit.
I have so much to do. You look great. You do look great.
Yeah, try.
She genuinely did not mean my suit. I just want to make sure that was clear. She's a nice person.